Ferrari SF90 2021 mini manual. The Ferrari SF90 is 186 inches long, 78 inches wide, and 47 inches tall. The Ferrari SF90 is a high voltage plug-in electric. When servicing this hybrid model, it's important to be aware of high voltage components and cable routing. If the vehicle's high voltage system is in a low power situation, the high voltage system will need to be charged with the factory battery tender. If there's not a high voltage charge option, the vehicle will need to be transported to a location to charge the high voltage system. Warning, do not attempt to apply power to the 12-volt battery on this vehicle. 12-volt battery does not power the start of the vehicle. This battery only operates the ancillary components on the vehicle. The vehicle must have 5% high voltage power to initiate the start of the vehicle. The toolkit for the SF90 is in the front trunk. There are 3 options to release the front trunk latch. The first is to press the key fob 2 times within 5 seconds. The second option is to press the button on the driver's side door panel. The third option is in a no power situation. You'll pull the loop under the dashboard. To properly close the hood, set it down and then press in the center. Towing the SF90. When towing the SF90, the attachment point for this vehicle is tow pin only. Attachment to any other components is prohibited. The tow pin is stored in the front trunk toolkit. Remove the tow pin cover and store that in a safe place inside the vehicle. Warning, the control arms are not a viable attachment point for loading this vehicle. Thread the tow pin into the receiver and use a tool to confirm it is tight to the frame rail. The use of a lead strap and catch strap is highly recommended to avoid damage. A snatch block is recommended to reduce the angle load on the tow pin. There are a couple of very important things to note. In order to load this vehicle for transport, you'll need to chock your wheels, release the parking brake, and then manually release the gearbox. To release the parking brake, pull the lever with the symbol P while holding the brake pedal until the warning light turns off. If the parking brake will not release, you'll need to skate the vehicle. Warning, manual release of the calipers is to be performed only by a certified technician. Provider will be held liable for performing a manual brake release. The SF90 has a gearbox emergency release tool. Here's how to access it. Remove the 2-piece override tool from the toolkit in the front trunk. Assemble the wrench and extension by using the fastening clip. To access the engine compartment, pull the release lever on the lower driver door frame. Insert the wrench into the chute opening on the trim panel and insert it into the release receiver. Turn the wrench counterclockwise for a quarter turn to release the gearbox. This vehicle has a front lift system. Activating the front lift system will help gain additional clearance for loading the vehicle. The lift system button is located on the dashboard to the left of the steering wheel. Warning, if you see an error code displaying system failure for lift system inhibited, check for fluid hydraulic leaks before performing override. The override procedure is to hold the lift system button for 10 seconds. Ferrari transport. All Ferrari transports are required to have the following: photos and signed vehicle condition report at both pickup and drop-off, seat covers, 8-point tie down, and ramps, cribbing, and skates. Ferrari dealership delivery. Connect with a dealership representative and complete a vehicle condition report. Be sure to exchange business cards and pick up new seat covers from the service department for future transports. The Ferrari SF90 is equipped with a tire mobility kit. This vehicle does not come equipped with a spare tire. It is supplied with a tire mobility kit to install sealant and air to the deflated tire. The vehicle supplied compressor can be powered by any of the 12-volt adapters. Install sealant into the vehicle's supplied compressor by inserting the canister onto the top of the unit. Connect the sealant hose to the tire, start the compressor, and if possible, position the wheel with the puncture at the bottom. Here's some additional information about the SF90.